Hey everybody, Tim here from the Tactical Defender, and I think it's been long enough. You all know I'm a big ESEE fan. ESEE number 5 is one of my absolute favorite knives, but the fact is it's $150 minimum, if not more, depending on where you go. Beautiful Kydex sheath, 1095 high carbon steel. It does have a very attractive, in my opinion, micarta scales on it. It's a great knife, but some people say, Tim, I just can't afford $150 or more on a knife. What do you recommend something in comparison that would keep up with possibly the ESEE number 5? I think I have that answer today. ESEE number 5, amazing knife. I got it really cheap, I don't know, a number of years ago. Now you minimum 150, I would guess. If you can find it less than that, please let me know in the box below, because then I can share that with other people. But it is a fantastic knife. It comes with a very, very simple but yet very effective Kydex sheath. Solid lockup. I wear this 99.9% of the time on my shoulder upside down, and not once has it ever fallen out. That says a lot about the Kydex sheath and the knife itself. But I can put my molly locks on there the way I like. Hopefully you can see that. And inverted, horizontal, vertical, you name it. It's just such a nice sheath with a fantastic blade. Has never let me down. It cuts whatever I need it to cut, will chop through what I need it to chop through with some help of a baton, right? And 1095 high carbon steel. I like the shape of the blade. It is a very thick, hopefully you can see that. It is a very thick blade. I forget exactly, I want to say 1/4 of an inch, almost 1/4 of an inch. I mean, it's a thick, but it weighs a pound, a whole pound. I love micarta scales, especially when they're dirty, like this one. Hopefully you watched that other video I talked about. But it's a great knife, it really is. Worth every penny if you can afford a $150, $160 knife. That's depending on what it costs. Well, some people can't. Some people say, yeah, look, I want that, but I just can't afford that. Well, there is an alternative. The SCH51. It's a beautiful knife, right? It does not come, actually it does come with micarta scales, which is roughly the same exact price. This one I happened to get my hands on this before they were released, and this has the TPE, which is fantastic, very comfortable in hand, no hot spots. It is a bit thick, thinner handle than the ESEE 5, but the blade shape is virtually the same. It is virtually the same thickness. This is a very thick blade as well. It does not have jimping where the ESEE does, but it does have it kind of down below. Finger choil there. It is 1095 high carbon steel, same as the ESEE. It does not come with a Kydex sheath. It comes with this very attractive, if you like nylon, and I've said it before and I'll say it again, if you like nylon, you'd be very, very pleased with this sheath. It does not have micarta scales, at least not this one, but you can get it with micarta scales. It does not come with a Kydex sheath. You can buy a Kydex sheath made for this knife for roughly 50 bucks, maybe even less. Or I know you can go more, but you can go 50 bucks. Alright, so here we have the ESEE 5 from ESEE, and we have the Schrade SCHF51. Alright. You can tell, I mean, they almost look alike. There are a few differences, mostly in the handle, whereas you can see the ESEE 5 does not have a spot for your finger to choke up, whereas the SCHF51 does, which is very nice. You can kind of choke up. You really can't do that with the ESEE 5, and it's really not a long blade, so that's not that big of a deal if you ask me. Remember, you can get both of these in, I mean, ESEE 5 only comes with micarta, although aftermarket you can buy some rather expensive, I think they're roughly $50. You can get some G10 scales for them. I like the micarta. This, the SCHF51, the rubberized TPE, I really like that. Even when your hand's wet, it doesn't slip. But at the same time, you can also get this in micarta. See, if I put them on top of one another, they almost have the same footprint. Hopefully you can see this. Turn it over. The SE5 seems to come to a point a little bit better. It's not actually longer, but it definitely comes to a bit of a point than the Schrade. Again, you have the finger choil on the Schrade where you do not on the ESEE. Both knives in hand, I mean, if you were to put the micarta scales on this, you probably wouldn't be able to tell. They both feel the exact same weight. The blades are almost the same, just a slight difference. You're not going to get an ESEE, or if you are getting the Schrade, if you're getting the Schrade, you are getting a Schrade. If you're getting ESEE, you're obviously getting the ESEE. But they are so close in comparison. They're both 1095 high carbon steel. They're both come with micarta scales if you want them. Unfortunately, as I mentioned, the SE5 does come with a Kydex, a very nice Kydex sheath. I really like that. Now, not all ESEE knives come with Kydex. Most of them do, but there's a couple that do not. And then you have a very well made nylon sheet that comes with the $30 Schrade. $30 knife, give or take 30 bucks. And then you go buy yourself a very nice $30 to $50 Kydex sheath. Let's see if this fits. Oh, that is close. Wow, that is close. So picture that, right? I just can't snap it in. Maybe if I loosen this up a little bit. No, it won't snap in. Now picture that. I mean, that is a good system, a good setup. This is a fantastic knife if you're trying to decide, what do I get? I want a 5, I can't afford a 5. All right, so the ESEE number 5, 150 minimum. Comes with a Kydex sheath, and maybe I think there's a belt clip hanger that comes with it. I don't use those. I like the Molly clips. 150 minimum. Then we have the SCHF51. Virtually the same knife, give or take. Doesn't come with a Kydex sheath. This knife here, $30. If it has not, I don't believe it did, if it has not hit the streets yet, when it does, you're looking at roughly a $30 knife, right? With a nylon sheath. 1095 high carbon steel. You can get it with the rubberized, the TPE handle like I have, or you can get it with micarta. The price I believe is the same, maybe a little bit more for micarta, but not a whole lot. For another $30 to $50, if you go simple, like the SE5, you can get a Kydex sheath made for this. So for under $100, 80 bucks, $90, $100 if you want to really go crazy, you'll get a beautiful 1095 high carbon steel knife, almost like the ESEE, or just about like the ESEE, with a Kydex sheath, your own custom made Kydex sheath, for under $100, 80 bucks. If you go simple as far as the Kydex sheath is concerned. That is an incredible deal. If you want an SE5 but you can't, or you don't want to drop 150 minimum on the knife, SCHF51 is every bit as good as the SE5. I do believe that, and I stand by ESEE. I have a lot of history with ESEE knives. I have very little history with this, But what I can tell already, it will give an ESEE5. It will do whatever an ESEE5 can. All right? Thank you for watching this video, everybody. I hope this helped you. If you are thinking of getting one of these, or you really want an ESEE but you can't afford it, maybe this helped, maybe it didn't. Be well, everybody. Stay safe. We'll talk soon, all right?